I have a real distinct honor and privilege of introducing my friend Paul D'Souza. Paul leads a double life. Paul is has written a best-selling business book, and then the other side of Paul's life is Paul has created a discipline or a methodology that he calls wha-dho. Wha-dho is energy medicine, and so it's really, really, I'll just say I'm real happy to introduce my friend Paul. Thank you.
I do know that. Thanks for having me here. I really appreciate the opportunity to talk to you today. I've been asked to come. I've heard of your group for quite a while through Rhonda, and so I'm glad we finally made this happen here. I usually do 4- and 5-day events, so bring you down to 40 minutes. We just came back from the desert. In fact, Hiroko had flown down from Japan as well for that, and some other friends from California, and we did a 4-day retreat in New Mexico with wild wolves end of August. So, but anyways, what I'd like to do today is ground everything I speak with a benefit for you, all right? My building blocks, so this is going to be interactive, in other words. My building blocks of the wha-dho philosophy is energy and love, right? And the solve that brings them together is awareness, okay? Wha-dho is a philosophy that I invented. Studying human awareness for 23 years now. And first I used to call it Conversations in Harmony. And then I gave it a name, and I gave it a Japanese name. Because a lot of what I do in wha-dho is the Japanese for the way of harmony, like Aikido, do is the way, and wa is harmony, right? Now, wha-dho is really an invitation, right? It's an invitation for you to integrate mind, body, spirit with the world around you. And a distinction, right? Who does yoga here? You guys do yoga? You know of yoga, right? Now this is not knocking yoga, this is making a distinction, which is if you do a perfect downward facing dog, right? And really surrender and open up your heart chakra and let your shoulder blades connect. And there's a lot of faith and trust. But when you wake up and you get to work on Monday morning, your business problems are usually still there, right? The mortgages are still there. The payments are still there. What wha-dho suggests is you do a perfect downward facing dog, and then you show up with the awareness so that when you interact with the world, you're still in harmony with yourself and the world around you. And that's the connection. It's really a conversation of power, right? Like Bob had suggested, I've got a large business and sales background, and I would do sales and I'd do business, and I'd run, to my teachers and my masters, and I'd learn stuff, and then I'd come back and my problems wouldn't go away. They'd still be there. And the only way to be in harmony and happiness is to go out and separate myself from the world and my family and go do a retreat. I found there's something wrong with this methodology, this approach to life and living, where we say, I'm doing this, but then I gotta go find my peace. And wha-dho is really a conversation of bringing it all together. Always, constantly, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Because wherever you go, there you are, right? Bob says I have a double life. That's at least 2 lives. I might have 5, right? And because those are different aspects of my consciousness, of my being, that I am fulfilling and addressing and not separating them. It's just that every moment is new, every moment is unique. You could actually be a totally different person every moment if you do what Buddha talks about, being non-attached to yourself. So I take non-attachment to the nth degree, where it's not just non-attachment to food or non-attachment to alcohol or what have you. Who cares? It's going to flush through your system in 24 hours, guaranteed. It's really, are you non-attached to your own emotions, your own feelings, your own thoughts and your own ideas? Because even if you had them yesterday, they're old. So I ask you today, because whenever people gather, and whenever you spend some time, you've actually invested in coming here. I want this to be useful to you. So I ask you, I'm going to do an invocation and a prayer, right, and a little chanting. Ask yourself, what is the outcome you'd like to achieve today? With a little bit I've told you about wha-dho, right? So that's my gift back to you. But I want to create this space where you go into your higher consciousness, your deeper self, and say, Rebecca, or Bob, or Sheena, what have you, what do I want? And then I'd ask you, who is the I you're speaking to? Your ego consciousness or your deeper spiritual consciousness? And are you really clear about the distinctions? And I say, try to go to the deeper consciousness. Right? So I'm going to do an invocation and a prayer. I'll do some chanting. And in that space and time, just dive within yourself, connect your tongue. And I'll teach you these all through the session today. I'll teach you energy patterns and mudras and things like that you could use, practices. Connect your tongue to the roof of your mouth, because that connects all the chakras, right? And it closes the loop. And zero in and just feel. And if you want to awaken the heart chakra, which is your center of love, you can do a namaste, or you can just touch your heart, like the Sacred Heart of Christ, left hand. The left is receiving and the right is giving. Just human structure. Like Christ blessed, right? Right hand going out, left hand touching the Sacred Heart, not the physical. I mean, the Christians have it, right? And feel yourself, your deeper inner silent self, the heart chakra. Breathe together, everybody, and breathe out. Why don't we all breathe in tone on the way out? Just make a sound. Breathe in. And one more time. Breathe in. And I ask you to ask yourself, what is it that you want now? That's all you have. The Divine Spirit, Spirit of the Four Directions, guardian angels, helpers, healers, and guides. Please create for us a circle of healing, a circle of love, and a circle of light. Grant us awareness, divine oneness, health, protection, abundance, prosperity. Above all, please protect us from all forces, all energies that do not serve our highest good. Grant us the wisdom and the awareness to stay grounded in our truth. We ask this in full faith. So be it. If you can open up your sensitivities and feel the vibration. As I do this, I'm actually sending each one of you love. Feel the vibration in your heart chakra. Om Mane Padme. Okay, slowly open your eyes and smile. Notice the energy. Right? We carry patterns. Who felt anything? I'm sweating. Energy definitely came down.